Tight end, I mean, it's really going to be irrelevant. Oh, even worse. Like, I don't know all the, like, you know, what players would have been gone and all that, but honestly, I think if you had a team of scientists on this one to determine what the worst possible position roles were and what order, we'd actually be very close. What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild on Madden 22, and today we're doing a special kind of rebuild, one that I actually really do enjoy because it's not as simple as me choosing the youngest players and the best players all the time. This rebuild, in theory, should make it a bit tougher on us to rebuild the team, and of course, we're starting with the Texans, which, actually, now I'm thinking about it, maybe aren't the worst draft pick team. I should have went with the Rams, shouldn't I have? Is it too late now to say sorry? I don't know, but we'll probably end up switching to the Rams or whatever team has the worst draft picks. I think it might be the Rams. But, of course, we're going to be doing a spin the wheel fantasy draft, meaning that if we spin kicker, punter, fullback right out the gate, I will throw something. I will. I don't know what. I have some objects near me. They're going to be heavy and they're going to cause damage, but it should be fun anyways. I think one of the times he did this, I think we got a quarterback in the second or third roll. I'm not even going to look at my like little guide thing that I made a couple weeks back for a fantasy draft. I'm just going to wing it. It's just, there's no point to look at the guide, right? Because I don't get to choose the position. So it's not like I'm going to get quarterback as a role and be like, I'm going to go with this guy because the other guy is going to be there later. It's like, that's completely irrelevant. You take the best available because, once again, that's what you're getting, right? The other guy was first, but then I thought about Sex Icon Jr., and I get it, right? Like, it would be a coach, so they would be of age, but the idea of a sex icon and the word junior being together, it just didn't really feel right. So I think I made the right call. But here we are about to go into this thing with pick 21. Of course, the draft will be paused. As far as what, you would want here, Devontae Adams wouldn't hurt, Derrick Henry wouldn't hurt. I mean, realistically, anything but really fullback, kicker, punter, right? Like, that's, anything, like, just anything at all, really. Like, just anything, please. But I suppose let's go take a look at that freaking spinner. And of course, you could see we have it all on there: quarterback, running back, fullback, wide receiver, tight end. Maybe I should have mixed it up, but I don't think it really matters technically. Like, when you spin a wheel, if it's randomized like this, it shouldn't matter where everything is, right? I don't know, who gives a damn. But we're gonna spin it. I don't know, we're going to, just once again, anything but the kicker, punter, fullback. Slow down! Stop! A strong safety. Okay, so cornerback would have been the best option. Of course, it would have went with Marlon Humphrey probably, maybe Ward. Free safety, maybe it's actually, well, I mean, you got Jesse Bates and Minka Fitzpatrick, but maybe it's not too bad that it went a little bit over because you do have guys like Tyrann Mathieu, Budda Baker, and Jamal Adams. The goal is still probably going to be a 5-year rebuild in this, so I completely forgot. I've already sold. You guys are listening to me freaking talk about the player, but you don't get to see him. Either way, Jamal Adams was the better player. The difference between him and Budda were, I already mentioned it, you probably heard it, but 7 play rec, 87 awareness. There was not much of a difference. It was like 7 and 7, but 5 better zone coverage, like 9 better hit power. The catching was kind of similar. It was like 75 versus 68, but yeah, not terrible. If what's-his-name is still there, I can maybe just show you guys and edit it in post or something. But yeah, Budda Baker, really good player too, but I don't know. Strong safety, technically you can get strong safety and move him at free safety, so I'm going to keep that on there. So, of course, let's see it. What are we going to have as our second position? Once again, try to avoid punter, kicker, fullback. And I think right end's a better choice than left end. I really wish I could just turn off the audio for that. So it was right end, right? So right end, oof, it's not looking very good. What was left end? Left end would have been Brian Burns and Crosby and Chase Young. No shot. I mean, unless there's someone I'm forgetting, I think the choice might just be Simmons and play him at DT. Like, who else would it be here? I mean, you have Sweat, but he's not like... I mean, I think it's Simmons, dude. Damn, I actually was rooting for right end to win on that, like, close call, but definitely after the fact. No shot I would have been rooting for that, but Simmons, I mean, it's a clear-cut choice. He's by far the best, so Simmons is our choice. Back to the spinner. Let's see what we get. Can we get quarterback? I think this is kind of where you'd really, really want a quarterback. Uh-oh. Stop. Another strong safety. Okay, that could be okay. Strong safety, please, Buddha, somehow be there. Okay, Buddha Baker's gone. Amos is still there. Gardner Johnson is still there. We could definitely play him at corner. I think we're going to go with a fantasy style for this one. I'm not going to... I don't know, dude, because, like, I know if I go fantasy, I'm going to just, like, trade everything, and I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I know free agency is really going to suck in this, so it's going to really just be drafting if I don't allow trades. So, I don't know. Obviously, Jimmy Ward. I don't know why I clicked Jimmy Ward. I know he's old. Marcus May is also 28. I mean, I think it's pretty clear-cut Gardner Johnson, right? I mean, I've always liked him in the game anyways, and I mean, he's actually really good in real life. I don't know why I said in the game. In general, I could have just left that statement. But yeah, Gardner Johnson, a little bit lower on the overall, but a very talented player that could play corner, so strong safety it is. And I think with 2 strong safeties being pulled from the list already out of, what, 4 picks? 4 picks? I think it's time to remove it. And you got to remember, the way that this is... Wait, was it? Oh, yeah, it went... Okay. I was like, wait a minute, was it free safety? But no, it wasn't. It's just I removed it. But you got to remember, if I would have had strong safety out, it would have been kicker. So, you know, say what you want. I'm potentially costing us here. But let's spin it, and we get ourselves a right tackle. I hate the audio that always just shows up on that. Jonathan Taylor's still there. So right guard was close. I like to pain myself by looking at what we could have had. Shaq Mason would have been one of the better choices there. James Daniels probably would have been my number 1 choice, or Lindstrom. But right tackle, with these being the guard options, I'm worried. Right tackle is Lael Collins, actually. So, okay, that's not bad. Lael Collins, 28 years old, a little bit older than I would have thought. Trent Brown's only star now. Okay, what about Braden? 25. 25 is significantly younger. Is there any, like, superstars? I can't really think of, like, a superstar that would be here. Taylor Moton's kind of older now. What about left tackle? Was, what's his name there? I'm going to be so mad. I doubt it, but if there was, there's just no way. I'm pretty sure he goes way high. What am I doing? Get to the damn development trait. Slater's there. Tunsil. Jesus. Why do we always get the opposite what we want? You know, we get right end when we want a left end. We get right tackle when we want a left tackle. I think Braden Smith, pretty damn good player. What's the speed? Just in case we got to move him around. 66 speed compared to Lael. I think, 5 years you could deal with either of them anyways, but I think Braden can at least develop still, and it'll take longer for him to dev down. So I think Braden Smith, even though I know O'Neal's way more athletic, Braden Smith is going to be the choice, 25 years old, lots of time to develop. Good player, versatile enough. All right, another roll. Let's see. This has gone not well. It could have been worse, but it's not gone well at all. And a left tackle. Stop. You stop. Okay, this is a crap fest. What do you want from me? But once again, I like to pain myself, so I want to see what we could have had. Could have had not a lot, to be honest. It probably would have been Slater, to be honest. But left guard. Ooh, Elton Jenkins. Okay, so finally we actually got lucky, right? I don't know what the right guards were going to be like, but in general, we got lucky. Left guard's a pretty good pull, and I believe he is going to be the best choice by far, right? I don't even want to really look at it too long. Elton Jenkins, 25 years old, really good player. Boom, another offensive lineman. Way to go. But once again, I know how this could have went, so I'm okay with it. Let's spin it. Give me a quarterback. Actually, I don't even know if I care anymore, to be honest. And another left guard. I wouldn't hate it. I'm just saying I ain't going to hate it. So left guard, assuming some of the names we've seen were still there. Ooh, I have a hard time passing on Betonia this time. Is he 28 or 29? Oh, he's 29, though. Damn, but at what point are you going down so far that you just like, who cares? I'd rather have a really good player for like 3 years than have, you know, some trash can. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear-cut. You go with Joe Bitonio. I mean, there's just really no other option. And with that, I think we're going to take left guard off because, once again, 2 selections in a row. Well, it was in a row, but you know what I mean. All right, left guard is gone. Let's see what they give us at this point. you kind of want to avoid defense because the value is not going to be there. And you know what we do? You know what we say to that? We're going straight for defense, baby. Was it a left end or was it a... Wait, what do we get? Right end. Okay, so I like to look at what we could have had. Oh, no. Left end looked really good before. This is going to be a disaster. Somehow tell me Sweat's there. Trey Hendrickson. There's an option. Kwity Paye. So there's at least a choice, right? I think Kwity Paye is probably going to be the choice, but I'm a little curious to see what Trey Hendrickson's looking like. 26 normal? Normal for a guy that's had 2 really good years in a row? If he was star, I'd probably take him. But he's not star, so... I mean, I'm kind of forced to take Kwity Paye. I just want to make sure I'm not making a mistake here. Calais, he usually retires after 1 year. Maybe he'll be there for 2, but it's just not worth the price of admission. Yetur Gross-Matos. And where's Kwity Paye? Did he lose his dev? I don't think he did. I seen him right there, but yeah, I mean, I think it's Kwity Paye, right? Like, there's really no choice. He's pretty good. Let's go Kwity Paye. Not bad. Not bad. And I'm going to allow right end to stay there because we did take a DT type. It's not really beneficial for us, but it is what it is. All right. Give me, honestly, probably like a running back or a wide receiver. I think that's the best bet. Oh, stop. Not like stop there. Okay. Wide receiver, like we said. Not bad. Well, in theory, Noah Fant goes, oh, it would have been so bad if we got freaking that position. But wide receiver. Ooh, that guy's really good. Tyler Lockett's not too old, okay? Not too old, so he'll be an option potentially. Julio's an 84 in the game now. Just Michael Gallup, Juju Smith-Schuster. Okay, so you do have Judy, you have Ayuk, you have Mooney, you have Chark, you have Hardman, Claypool. I really like Claypool in the game. Yeah, I think it's between a few. Lockett is he's 28. Wide receiver, I mean, he would literally regress from 27 to 28 if we had him. Hardman is pretty good too, though. 23. Speed doesn't really matter too much in sim for wide receivers. Chark has been good to me in the past. But I gotta imagine Jerry Jeudy is really young, 22 years old. I really do like Jerry Jeudy a lot. What about Ayuk? 23 probably? Yeah, 23. Am I just going to really fall for the age completely? I guess. Oh, Devontae. I almost didn't see him there. Devontae Smith. I do not know the difference between these players. Release is not an easy rating to get up either. Not that Jerry Jeudy's that much better at it. Catching is a little more common than route running. Oh, man, that's kind of tough. I never have Devontae Smith, so I'm going to take Devontae. I think he could go, can't go wrong with either one. Not a bad choice, although I will say, oh my, has the talent gone. I will tell you, I know I have the screen on the wheel spin, but Kellen Mond and Davis Mills are pretty much the best 2 quarterback options left, so I personally am stoked. But let's get a spin in. Running back's still probably decent enough, so I wouldn't mind it. And left tackle, that is going to be tragic, I imagine. All right, left tackle, Charles Leno. He's a lot older than I thought. Taylor Decker's like 27, too. Any of the youngsters? Okay, we do have Andrew Thomas. That is probably the clear-cut best. We also have Mr. Darisaw. Tevin Jenkins, I think, is a little bit too old at this point comparing to the other 2. So, I think Darisaw might be my choice. Pretty athletic. Can't really go wrong with that, right? I'm going to just play this by ear, as the kids say. We'll say Andrew Thomas is probably a bit better, right? 89 impact, 84 lead versus 80. Yeah, I'm going to go with, believe it or not, Andrew Thomas. Not a bad choice. A little bit less versatile, but I mean, at this point, they've given us a whole damn offensive line anyways. And with us only needing 1 more starting lineman, I'm going to remove the left tackle. So, right tackle, right guard, center. I could probably actually remove right tackle as well. Should I? Yeah, I'm gonna remove right tackle as well. All right, the pool is getting smaller, but there's still a lot of crap, so let's try to avoid it. What are we getting? Oh, no. It's happened. It's actually happened. The crap has been eaten. That's about 20 rounds too early, but thank you. All right, so who is the best punter? Is it Jack Fox? He's still superstar. What about A.J. Cole? Really? I thought he would have been a little bit higher than that. I imagine Jack Fox is the best, right? You have Johnny Hecker's 31. Kern probably isn't even superstar. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to land a good punter. Jack Fox with the... I don't even know how much a contract this is. Like 5-year, 40 or something? Oh, my. I didn't even think about that until just now, too. That's really bad. Oh, well. At least his true value wasn't terrible. I suppose It's probably only fair to remove punter as well, since you literally only need one punter. The other ones you can maybe make an argument for, but punter, kicker, obviously. Same with fullback, I'd say. But let's roll it. Give me something I want. I don't even know what I want. And we're just going to completely avoid center. Okay. All right, it's right guard time. I want to see what center is. We're going to keep center on there, though, because you could always use backups. So, you know, I'll keep one lineman position on there, especially since we haven't even gotten it yet. Somebody is going to be here. I see Robert Hunt. Worst case scenario, I suppose, but Quinn Miners, I think, is probably your best bet. What's the other overalls, though? So you can go all the way up to 83, but that's like a 31-year-old. What about, like, Glowinski? I mean, there's really no choice, right? Robert Hunt's old as well. He's like 25. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear-cut. Cesar Ruiz is like 22. So why you pay attention, kids? You got to make sure, you know? You don't want to sell too hard. Quinn Miners kind of built more as a center. That lead block and impact is going to be hard to beat. Yeah, I think Quinn Miners, unless there's some really low overall, is going to be the choice. So not our most ideal selection, but still good enough. All right, at this point, we have some awful corners. I don't know if any decent corners still there or not, but corner would probably be one of my higher choices at this point. Running back probably as well. We absolutely, like, this isn't the worst you could have, because once again, you could have probably landed kicker, punter, fullback right out the gate, and then maybe, like, one of the outside linebackers, and then, you know. But it was pretty close. It's been very challenging, so maybe throw me a bone here, EA. Honestly, anything but, like, a quarterback. I lied. I mean, I'll take the quarterback over the damn kicker, so yeah, this has gone literally as bad as possible. At the end of the day, running back is very hard to, like, develop for some reason. So we're automatically stuck with someone at least as bad as this. Maybe we can get lucky with Travis Etienne. I don't know how his, you know, body type works in Madden, but man, is that rough. You can get a guy like Big Ben, Matt Ryan. The thing is, I'm trying to think, is someone like Davis Mills good enough to be our long-term starter? Because if he's not, and we don't have our first-round pick anyways, you maybe argue going for a older quarterback to try and win early to get those ratings up for some of the other players, and don't really care too much about, you know, what happens with them the following season. But at this point, it's really between two guys. Tyler Huntley, he's just not that guy for me. He's just, I want as young as possible here, and it's definitely between Davis and the other fella. Really, I haven't seen Davis Mills actually run. I don't know what his game speed is, but his 40 time was way better than a 78 speed 82 Excel, right? I know, it seems strange. I'm actually going to, for the first time in this, I'm going to actually take a screenshot so I can at least compare them. So Kellen Mond is significantly worse at throwing, while I will say he's so much more fun for running. This is a tough call because Davis Mills, like I said, is a lot better at throwing, and it's going to take so much more time to get Kellen Mond up to speed. I think I've used Kellen Mond a little bit more as well, so I'm going to go with Davis Mills, which honestly at the end of the day may not matter, so here we are. And because I like to see the world burn, or my own world burn, I'm going to keep quarterback on there just for the chance of one of the veterans. Why not? Let's get wild with it. As we're going to get another D-end. I think we have two edge rushers, so this could be DT for us instead, technically. And I think with that, I'm probably going to remove the ends off of this because I don't think we really need anything. Like, what do we have? So we have a DT. Oh, do we only have one? Wow, that makes me really sad. I guess maybe I'm not going to remove it. Yikes. Anyone young? Just sound like a file. Yeah, this has gone pretty poorly. Don't know if you go with a 1 year, like, Sue. Like, there's just not any, like, I do like Frank Clark in game, though. He's actually, like, really good. Him and D Ford are, like, just freakly. Ibukam is a bit too old. Kingsley Kiki is probably, like, yeah, 24 is not terrible. He's kind of small, like, weak. Cleveland, 24 already. Like, what do you do here? You know, it's so bad. Like, you could go Osai. I can't remember if this has ever worked out for us. Yeah, screw it, Osai. Osai is my guy. Yep, I did it. Can't wait till someone butthurt. It's like, it's actually Osei. It's like, I really don't care what you have to say, Osei. I did it again. Oh, a little glitchy. He's hacking. Stop! He's going to be our actual running back. All right, so we are absolutely getting cucked here. Are any of these guys, like I said, actually good enough to play running back? Way too slow for use check. Patrick Ricard, way too slow. I mean, do you just go Alec Ingold just because? I could feel like you just go Alex Ingold because... oh, man, Alec Ingold, welcome to the squad, buddy. But I will say we get to pull off fullback. What the hell is that face model, though? We may have done the impossible, like, in a bad way. Like, we very well might have. I can't wait. Ooh, I almost screwed up. All right, here we go. Running back, maybe? Tight end. I mean, it's really going to be irrelevant. Oh, even worse. Like, I don't know all the, like, you know, what players would have been gone and all that, but honestly, I think if you had a team of scientists on this one to determine what the worst possible position roles were and what order, we'd actually be very close. I'd actually, kid you not, I would say there's a good chance that we got extremely close to the worst possible roles that you could get. Of course, I did see the Cushenberry Meister, who's probably going to be my choice. I just wanted to make sure there's no one else. And I would assume that's going to be a Billy Price ain't star anymore, right? He's 26 anyways. Baez, 23. Josh Myers, 23, but not in star. Hennessy, normal, 23. Oh, a star, 23. I didn't know that. Not that it really matters, because once again, Cushenberry probably is better. Kendrick Green, very good in the game, but technically because Cushenberry's star, he's probably going to be my choice. 83, 84. What about Hennessy? Yeah, I think Cushenberry's just slightly better. So Cushenberry's the choice. Might use one of these guys as trade bait. Like, we may have honestly made the impossible scenario for ourselves. I don't know if we're going to be able to win it all with this. This team is just lacking hard. And then we get DT, which, I mean, you know, I don't know. So, of course, Simmons is playing, DT for us for sure. So we only need one player, realistically. Gaines, he's played really well in real life. That's why I kind of, like, gravitated towards him really early. 5'11". I don't even want to imagine the route he took to get to the NFL. I mean, he had to do some convincing. I'm actually going to go Linval. Screw it. The pool gets smaller. I remove quarterback because I don't even know if Matt Ryan or any of them are there still anyways. And we also remove DT because we have 2 DTs now. I just can't believe we got cucked in the secondary that hard. Really just any stop at running back, please, for the love of Jesus. Please stop there. All right, I don't know who's there, but finally. I mean, just missing out on some of the toughest positions possible to work through. Like, it's just rough, dude. I'm hoping ETN's there, but I would assume he's been gone for a while now. And that appears to be the case. I'm going to look based on Dev. This is a tough one. I think it's between Chris Carson and A.J. Dillon. Actually, I should look at James Conner because, like, I just completely, like, throw him to the side, but he's actually not bad in the game. I think Dillon's younger. He has a higher ceiling than Chris Carson. We're going to go with A.J. Dillon. So he could use multiple running backs, so we're not going to pull him off the list. At this point, I'd probably hope for wide receiver, which we do not get. Corner might be the choice. We're still not going to have a corner. I kid you not. I legitimately think we got the worst roles possible. Like, look at this. I mean, we're going to be in a 4-3, so this is going to be a coverage linebacker. Who in coverage is going to be decent here? Like, literally no one. This is so bad. This is, honestly, you know, this really is. I mean, we've got a damn single player with hidden dev, or star, which is, I mean, technically surprising. I mean, honestly, you're stuck with someone that's old anyways, so I suppose it's probably going to be Divine Diablo just because of the coverage ratings. Screw it, Divine Diablo it is. Welcome to the squad, safety man. And as much as it pains me to say, you need more linebackers, so right outside linebacker gets to stick around. Give me a wide receiver. It's looking good for a tight end. No, it's not. Stop it. You stop it. They're all going to suck, but at least it's a new position. All right, tight end. That's what I've got. All right, so a bunch of old guys. Anyone. Alberto, my guy. Thank you for existing. I don't even remember the last time we've actually had Alberto as, like, a starter ever. Brevin Jordan, 4 better medium, 3 better shorts, 4 better deep. Catching is 4 worse. Awareness is a lot worse. Catching or speed is a lot lower. Catching traffic and spec is pretty similar. The break tackle is better. I mean, Brevin Jordan being 2 years younger at 70, it's tempting. I suppose I got to go Brevin Jordan for the youth. I really don't have much of a choice here, even though I love Alberto. Once again, you need multiple tight ends, so I suppose we'll keep him on there. Maybe we'll get both. Don't you dare. Don't you freaking dare. Thank you. All right, so free safety, a position that's probably going to suck here, but maybe there's someone. Maybe there's someone sneaky. Monte is still actually pretty young. Caden Stearns, I think, is like a super steal. Caden Stearns, probably the best choice. Pretty fast, really young, obviously. And going to be my choice. 21 years old, very fast. Usable. Could have been worse. Not by much, though. And I pulled safety because we do have 3 of them. Even though there's a good chance that we do play Gardner Johnson at corner, this is going to be the call for me. So let's go with another selection at this point. Wide receiver, probably. No, it's going to be kicker. It's going to be kicker. Don't you do it. Actual corner. Woo! This time I will listen to the music. Hell yeah. Well, it's not really music. It's clapping. What legends do we get to choose from? Chris Harris Jr. Honestly, I'm just saying. Once again, it kind of depends on what your goal is, but for me, the goal may be to just win as much as possible early, to dev up some of the guys that we are going to keep, and then just replace the old guys with, rookies and whatnot. Troy Pride. I mean, can you really say you're going to get a long-term starter onto these guys? Kelvin Joseph, actually. Ooh! Kelvin Joseph is good. Super fast, 21 years old. I like him a lot. That's our cornerback too, baby. Wide receiver, absolutely the best choice. Without a doubt, wide receiver is the one I want. Without a doubt. Nah, keep going, dude. I want wide receiver. Damn it. Melvin Gordon's still there. I don't want to draft anyone here that's going to be a starter. I just don't think anyone here is worth starting over our man. Trey Sermon's still there. I suppose for longevity, I'm going to take Trey Sermon. And, of course, with 2 running backs taken, we can definitely say we don't need a running back anymore. So, down to the last couple of positions here, kinda. You're going to go back to cornerback. I'm so glad they're giving us that now. Chris Harris is still there, and honestly, he may be the choice. I can't really think of anyone that I saw at cornerback outside of him that would be worth it. Sean Wade, no shot. Maybe there's somebody sneaking here. I'm going to keep looking. Troy Pride actually isn't that bad. He is 23. Yeah, I think Troy Pride's good enough. Why not? We'll allow one more corner to be selected, so let's roll it. Give me a wide receiver. I don't even know if there's any wide receivers left, and it won't matter because we're not going to get one here. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I'm honestly just going to cheese it and take Quincy Roche as a DN so I can knock off left end. Ooh, I didn't even think about it. That was a really good cheese move. So I knocked off left end and right end, but left out is still on the board. So, or right out, either one, to be honest. I don't really care. They both suck. Wide receiver, give it to me. Give me something, finally. I don't even know if there's anyone there still, but I'll take it. I mean, the man's 20, and he's 97 speed. There's really not much of an argument to be made. Wide receiver, too. All right, everything stays, because we could still use another of anything on the board here. I actually probably would have taken the right out, because we don't have all the starters there. I'd imagine Chris Harris is gone, which he is, which really makes it, you think, hey, probably should have went for Chris Harris, but it is what it is. Let's go for the age, and that's pretty much it for cornerback. We're able to pull him off. Michael Carter's pretty decent, isn't he? I'm just going to take Michael Carter. Compared to the other guys, that he actually probably should have been our pick over Troy Pride, to be honest. All right, we're down to the final 6. It's starting to get down there. Just give us a kicker so we can knock it off the board. Tight end. DeGuara the GOAT. Such a good draft pick. Absolute heroes. Ooh, Sternberger. Another really good pick. I suppose we'll take the OG, Donald Parham. Zone coverage is all right. I think I might go with Willie Gay. I think Willie Gay's the choice. We're going to take Willie Gay. 2-2 Atwell, 71, 69, 74, 53 release. That may be impossible. I think with that release, I might just have to go with Amari. I don't even know how you develop him. That is a lot to ask for. I don't think it matters. I think either of them are just going to be trash, but Amari Rodgers, just because he doesn't have 53 release. 53 release, dude. How is it possible, actually, to be that bad with release if you're fast? Like, really? It is what it is. We're going to be going with another position, and that position, once again, is wide receiver. Hey, my favorite player, Tutu Atwell. Welcome to the squad, dude. That guy's really good. Speed running. We're zooming now. There's the kicker. Been waiting for a while, Mr. Kicker Man. Ooh, Tucker's still... Wait, what file is this? Is this just like the normal file, I suppose? The thing is, Tucker's a great player, but he's not going to be that good for 5 seasons. So you kind of debate maybe going elsewhere. Harrison Butker. Let's take a look at the devs. Josh Lambo, is he still superstar? He's not. I'm a little surprised that they kind of threw me off with that one a little bit by putting him all the way up there. Let's go with the kick power. I think it may, though, be Mr. Harrison Butker still. Will Lutz is not a bad choice, but I think Harrison Butker, like I said, is just the best. So Harrison, 26-year-old Butker, been a little iffy for me in the past, but... You know, Tucker's not been great either. There's literally no one redeeming. I'm just going to take Bilal because I know he's fast. That's literally it. Damn, Xavier Rhodes would actually probably make a pretty sick safety. I'm going to grab him. Don't know if I'm going to allow it. We'll see, though. So Xavier Rhodes goes from an 80 overall at cornerback to what overall at free safety? Oh, my God. 31, I guess. I don't really care. To an 82 at free safety. I still think I want to start Stearns, though. But we'll see. Gardner Johnson's going to be playing cornerback number 1 for us. I mean, that's kind of one of the ideas that I probably had going on early, but definitely not like for sure, but definitely for sure now. Hey! What do you mean? Go to cornerback, dude. That's your job now. So before I actually like change the entire lineup, I do want to make a few trades. I think we have a little bit of trade value. Might be a little bit cheese with the fullbacks, but I don't even know what kind of value you get off of those. So if I could do one thing, it would be to get a new wide receiver for sure. But Schwartz is good enough. Teddy, I think, is fine. Honestly, I think it's really just a new wide receiver and then maybe a linebacker. I mean, there's a lot to do, but I kind of like some of the other names we have. So I'm all right with trying to develop them rather than just trying to fix every single position. Maybe QB. I don't think that's possible, though. Oh, actually, I want to see Patrick Ricard at DT. I think he's going to suck, but still curious. Some would say a little buy. Bull study goes a long way. That's not what I meant. Okay, dude. That's not... Okay. I didn't mean convert. You know, it's not how it works. 73! He's kind of a beast, though. Yo! I just kind of want to see if he has trade value. I highly doubt it, but I kind of want him to go somewhere as a DT. I don't care, dude. I'm doing it. I know it's super unrealistic, but we're doing a fantasy style. I want to see him go to a DT-needy team and just start. We need a DT, but we have a better DT squad technically with Linval there. So, oh my, could you imagine he like actually like becomes a star? I mean, he's already a star, but you know what I mean? Like a superstar. He actually starts for the Raiders. I got to make this trade. I don't care if it costs me only get a 7th-round pick. I don't care. What about this Mark Andrews fella? Does anyone know about this guy? He's like a kind of a new name in the league. Deontay Johnson could be grabbable. Bobby Okereke. No 1st round next year. Now no 2nd round next year to go with it. Patrick Ricard is a starter. The Raiders actually made out on that trade. So even though it's technically a fantasy, I mean, I'd say it's more realistic for them in a way. I mean, Deontay Johnson, wide receiver's not that hard to get. I just prefer not to be one that has to go for one, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe we can trade Amari Rodgers off, or, I'd rather get rid of Tutu Atwell. So, we're going to make some more moves, hopefully to get at least one 1st-round pick. I think it'd be a little bit more fun to go for a 1st-round pick than, once again, just fill every position with starting caliber players. Well, they took it with Linval Joseph, which, I mean, it's debatable, but Christian Barmore's obviously way younger, so... Fair enough. We're not really adding too much to the team. I really wanted a 1st-round draft pick, but they're not doing it. I mean, this is not good. This isn't the worst move. We're getting the Vikings pick next year, and the Vikings have a couple of players that may, drop in overall a little bit. They have Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, Emmanuel Sanders. They do have Jerry Jeudy, but they're going to waste him. They got a lot of wide receivers, by the way, but I think this is a team... You can see with Whitworth, this is a team that's going to probably regress pretty hard. This is a team that could have like a top 20 pick at worst next season. I mean, I like it. However, I still may use that to trade up to this year. I don't know. We'll see. But if we're getting a 28th value on a next year first, it's not going to be very good. And like I said, I think that has way more value going forward than 28. All right, the lineup's all set. What is the final overall? It is 77. Okay, I mean, not terrible. We're like a good 7 overalls behind everyone, and there are a lot of positions we probably do need to fix, but some could argue that the offense is pretty, looking pretty good. Offensive line, you probably don't need to change anything. Wide receivers, you probably don't need to change anything. Running back, we'll see. I'm not really sure, but I don't know if we need to. Quarterback, most likely will. Tight end, perhaps. Defense, though, that's where you're missing some players. So you probably need to fix, of course, we'll move to a 4-3, but you probably do need to fix like almost every linebacker. The free safety, we'll see, and then cornerback number 2. But as far as a spin the wheel fantasy draft rebuild goes, it, especially the way some of the roles went, a lot better than I expected. So we traded all of this for a 3rd round from the Bears. I have a plan, and that plan consists of us betting against ourselves. I tried to cheese as hard as I could. This is the best I could do. Pick 80, Josh Myers in that 1st round next year from the Vikings to potentially land a top 5 pick because it's our own 1st round. I just think there's no bigger guarantee than us being a bottom 5 team. Like, you can't, the Vikings, like I said, promising, but like there's just nothing more guaranteed than this, honestly. I'm going to be so pissed if he doesn't. This is his chance. Please, Osai. Why? It's 1. You accidentally get a tackle for a loss nowadays. This could actually be surprising, the amount of potential re-signings we need to make. None of them are actually starters. I'm a little surprised. I thought some of these would have been starters, but I guess not. This is a travesty. Thankfully, we lost. You're probably thinking 5-12. Isn't that what you want? Yeah, I do, but I want less. We won like 4 or 5 games in a row. We would have had the number 1 seed. Well, not number 1 seed, but the number 1 draft pick locked up for sure. Look at this. 5 wins out of 6 weeks. It's just like, why? Why would you do that? It's still going to be a decent draft pick, but I mean, our potential number 1 overall goes down to probably like 6 or 7. Something really bad. Let's take a look. Number 3, fair enough, but still easily number 1. I mean, 4 wins. All we need is 3 wins max, and we won 5 out of 6, like I said. So huge L, but obviously that last-second decision to make the trade for our own pick was a very smart one. Let's take a look at the numbers of what we did. So Davis Mills, not great, but not a great-looking roster in general. Dylan, I can't really tell because Sermon played really well here, so I'm thinking, unless Dylan went up way high in overall, which, I mean, he's all right, I think I might put Sermon as the starter next year. I mean, they're actually very similar in overall now. Sermon is the backup. Usually the backup always has way worse yards per carry, but he actually had pretty good, so I think we're actually going to do that. Deontay Johnson, good yards. Touchdowns sucked for pretty much everyone. The receivers were actually all right. O-line was really bad, which makes no sense because we actually have a pretty good O-line. Osai, if he would have had the dev up when that breakout, we'd be looking great. 14 sacks. Maybe it's his time to finally be good in one of these rebuilds. Butker, I got to think that he was the reason why we won a few of these games, which is crazy. Watson to the Chiefs. Aaron Rodgers to the freaking Texans. Interesting names. Jimmy Garoppolo and the Bears. What are we in the NFC? That's the one. Yep, that's the one indeed. Any awards? Maybe kicker? Not even kicker. Nothing. Wow. But Osai with a really good year. There's a couple of guys that had a decent season. Maybe we see a dev up or two, but fair enough. Something. Better than absolutely nothing as the Cardinals and the Chiefs are going up against each other. A red battle. Let's take a look at our dev-ups potentially. None on offense, which is really painful. And then defense, Osai, I'm obviously going to force. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to force. If Simmons gets the dev-up, I know he's at ET getting those numbers. Osai gets one. He's a rookie. He's a rookie that just had 14 sacks. I don't care. I want him to finally be good once. Please, let him be good once. That's all I ask. And then for the other ones, we do see that Simmons, like I said, went up in dev, and Diablo went up in dev. So at least we got somebody in the linebacking group that is, once again, very, very weak, getting a dev up, and then Simmons, who is 93 overall, 25. That pick wasn't terrible, like I said. It's all right. You know, we got an instant rebate on the pick. So it's unlikely that we'll see anyone in free agency halfway decent, but we need so much that there could be someone, right? Bunch of punters and kickers, which is not really surprising. Will Fuller, not surprising at all, seeing, you know, some of the guys they buried on that roster. Ronald Darby's okay, but I don't think we need him. If we saw like a 25, 26-year-old corner, maybe, you know, Greedy Williams perhaps, but not seeing anything like that right here, right now. Williamson's actually not terrible, but once again, just don't need him. I think we have better and younger for sure. I mean, it's just a bunch of backups. Like, it's really just nobody worth grabbing. Oh, why? How could they? What actually are his ratings, though? I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Not bad. So you already know we have pick 3. A lot of teams are going to have quarterbacks, I'd assume. I don't know when some of these guys may go. I'm going to automatically trade down to like 10, but we may have them trade up again. So we're going to do some sort of trade. Maybe the Bills are actually decent here. They're giving us 16 and 26. But I definitely want to move down a little bit at least, and then if we have to, move back up, which you might have to because I think both are round 1s, but I don't want to take the first one because both look pretty good. Cleveland's going to give us a decent pick here, so I'm going to, you know, we move back to 7, we get 50. We're still really high in case one of the quarterbacks goes, and I'm going to deal with it. The Packers were also pretty close, but meh, we'll take what we get. Any of the quarterbacks go, I'm taking one. And I guess we're trading out again. The Bills' offer has dropped dramatically, but it's still not that bad. 14 and 46, though, from the Saints. If the Bills ruin it for themselves, they did. The Saints are definitely a better selection. The Cowboys are even better, but it's a next year, which is still fun. Yeah, we're going to go to New Orleans. 14, but it's a second this year rather than next. You don't know what's going to happen with that pick. I'll show you guys the quarterbacks first, though, before we actually, like, you know, lose them both. But Cam Curtis, B mid, B throw under pressure. You know, it doesn't look insanely great, but good enough, obviously, which is kind of the reason why I'm letting, you know, them kind of choose, because this guy looks a little bit better based on his 40 time and all that, like blazing fast. Don't know a whole lot else about him, but that's enough for me to just take the risk. So I'm just going to let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. Worst case scenario, we're adding some draft picks. And crazy enough, I mean, the players are still there. And I think the Vikings pick is just a little bit too good not to grab. We're going down to 30, but we're gaining 2 second-round picks, even though they're later. It's fine. I'm going to hopefully see that those quarterbacks are still somehow there. Once again, it is a fantasy, so I guess it makes sense because most teams would have grabbed a quarterback, but it still is a little surprising. And there goes one. I'm actually going to cheese this hard and look for all the teams that need QBs here. Like, do the Ravens need a QB? Do the Eagles need a QB? Okay, well, we're training with the Ravens. It's the very first team needs a QB, so I'm not risking that. It still is okay because we picked 14 and we moved down, and we're now going up to 18 or to 19, so it's not that bad. Probably a little bit of an overtrade, but we traded 30 this, 60 next for 19. That's fair enough. Trade calculator said it was pretty fair. So I don't really care. That's all I really care about. But let's take the quarterback, Mr. Hayden Mulligan. Hopefully it's not a mulligan. Very fast, going for the best, and hidden development trait. Okay, I don't know why I said going for the best. I meant to say hoping for the best. Really good change of direction. I mean, this is actually a really interesting player. Super fast, but that change of direction, 94, 90 throw power, that's a W. I mean, that's a huge W. And with this pick, believe it or not, I think I might be going tight end. I know it's crazy, and it's even more crazy when you factor in that he's 23. But an A deep route, insanely fast, 6'5" tight end. This could be a massive L. But I'm going to take the risk. Okay, normal development trait, 23. I think we may have just sold. And then we're going to go to pick 14. There was a middle linebacker there. I don't know if he's still going to be there, but he was a 2 to 3 rounder, so no real point in trading up, I suppose. But what about this guy? He was on the prospect thingy. I mean, maybe I'll take a look at him after the draft, probably, but I wouldn't bet on him. But Brandon Howard, I think, is going to be our choice. I scouted him up to 80%. He's decently fast. What did I like about him? Oh, yeah, his man coverage and his catching. I mean, we need a linebacker. Taking the risk. Hidden development tray. There we go. Back on track, baby. Once again, the front, like, stats they showed were pretty trash. So, you know, thank God for the back stats. Otherwise, I probably would have passed on him. And speaking of passing on guys, I don't know, dude. This guy looks raw, but A catching, very fast. It just tells me, like, maybe they didn't show us the man coverage, but a C press, maybe he's got really good man coverage. I don't know. But we're going to go to pick 30. We may actually take the center first, to be honest, even though we don't need a lineman. Once again, it's another one of those classic center picks that just look really good. I mean, as you can see, A impact, A pass block, super strong, really athletic. I mean, he just looks like it can't miss. Oh, I didn't notice. He's actually a 3 to 4. So is the corner, but maybe you go to pick 10 in the third. Because, yeah, I mean, he's a good player, but technically we don't need him. And I don't know if we'll need him at all for this entire rebuild. So, you know, I'm willing to take the risk to just move back a little bit. What did I say, 10? That's about 10, actually. Brown's giving us a decent trade here. Pick 7. I'm just going to skip ahead. I really shouldn't have, but hopefully one of those are there. One of the two. Hopefully it's the center, to be honest, but we'll see. And they're both there, surprisingly. So Mr. Wheeler is going to be the choice, John Wheeler, and hidden development trade as well. So we're killing the draft. Don't know about that tight end now. Normal development trade is a little bit of an L, but very good stuff. And yeah, I'm freaking rap god on here, basically. All right, draft recap. Let's take a look at what we landed. See some of these overall, some of the hiddens, and oh! Okay, so we took DL, but very usable. Ooh, all the catching traits on top of it. The only thing he's missing is some truckability, but he is good. He's the new starting tight end, without a doubt. Quarterback, 72 overall, ironically enough. Really good break sack, very solid player, ideal sense of pressure. He could actually be really talented. Number 16 is probably not something we're going to let him do. What do we want to rock? Probably something, yeah, sure, number 2, whatever. And Superstar. That I thought it was going to be Star for sure, but that's a win. That's obviously a win. Brandon Howard, I suppose it's going to be the straight-up new middle linebacker or edge rusher, apparently. What the hell is that? Spin and swim. Great catching. Is this guy also going to be like Superstar? What's the story here? We've landed some pretty good players. Take a look. And only Star, but very good, obviously. And was the center also hidden? He was. See how good he was? He's actually like Quinn Miners, basically. Not really a necessity, but just looks so good. I got to see the corners, because if the corner was good, I'm going to be mad, because we just don't need this guy at all. Like we said, too. Yeah, I forgot if he was Superstar, we would have probably started him, so kind of cheating, but you know, he wasn't Superstar anyways, doesn't really matter. First things first, got to take a look at the other quarterback, obviously. That's kind of how these things go. Lower overall, also hidden. Way slower, obviously, with 89 throw power, so not a better looking guy than ours at all. Let's take a look at the dev. I'd imagine he'd be the same or worse as well. Ooh, or an X Factor. Okay, that's a little surprising. Interesting. What about the corner? Who do we have? I don't remember his damn name. It wasn't Parham. This is the guy, right? Romeo Lane. Hidden development trait. Very fast. That sucks, dude. Just be Star. Even then, it's not great, but it's better than obviously higher than Star. He is Star. And then I think, like I said, the corner we had was named Green or something like that. Hey, relax. I think this is him. 70 overall. Of course, hidden. You know, kind of like a poor man's version of the other guy, but maybe a higher dev. Also wearing number 12, so there's reasons why I hope he sucks, but that number, I will admit, is probably the biggest number. Number 12 he's going to wear. Like, number 20 looks all right. Number 12, really? I was going to put Amari Rodgers at running back. I'm too lazy to sign a new running back. We don't need this guy as a wide receiver. You know, it is what it is. New running back. What overall? He goes from 70 down to 74, up to a 74. Pretty much every running back or wide receiver can on the switch, so it's not really surprising, but not a bad-looking team, actually. You know, we did all right for ourselves. I don't know how I feel about this, but our second and third next year with Davis Mills for Devin White, who's an 87 overall here, we get Devin White a decent bit, but I was just looking for some sort of decent value, and I don't expect us to be that bad of a team next season. So, I wish we did a little bit more to actually get draft picks for this year, but, maybe we have a couple of other trades you can maybe make to fix it a little bit, perhaps. So we traded Carter, Brevin Jordan, and pick 39 for Mullen and 74. Once again, I did want to, add some draft picks, and we have pretty much like none. We're like the real-life Rams here. But, starting caliber players right now is probably just as good, right? Willie Gay and 74 for 33. Even if it just costs me a sliver, I want to get a first-round pick. I don't care. I don't want to risk... you'd rather have the worst projected first round than the highest projected second, obviously, just in case things go the other way. Like, that's a win. 33, a fifth, and a fifth for 28 from the Bears. You'd rather have that than nothing. So, yeah, it's still, we can maybe move some of these around to get, like, a third, perhaps. A first and a third this and a first next year, with all the talent that we have now. Or here's the roster for Season 2. Season 1, okay, that's the wrong thing. Season 1, obviously, regular season didn't really go I wouldn't say as expected, but I wouldn't even know if I would say it didn't go as planned, because that kind of was the plan, was to, get a good draft pick, which obviously led to a decent draft, which now leads to a pretty good outlook for year 2. Of course, Sermon is going to be the new number 1. I'm going to be so pissed if Dylan has a better yards per carry with Sermon at the starter now. I just want one of them to do well, not both of them to do average or bad. But receivers, good enough, I imagine. Would be nice to maybe get like a true big guy at receiver, but I suppose we have this Lynch guy who's really fast. Mulligan, super potential with the speed and just being talented. I didn't know we were trading for a superstar Mullen. All right. I guess he's the best cornerback on the team. Sure, I'll take it. But yeah, that definitely caught me off guard a little bit. Fair enough. Hey, Osai. All right, can't break out. Gets the 10K XP. One more. Damn it, he's sold. He's sold. Harrison Butker, 3-year, $14 million. 4-year, $20. Going to be doing that for a long time for us. 16 out of 17 attempts. Or completions for attempts. Really good stuff. Jabril's probably going to be let go. Not that we really even need him anyways. But fair enough. The team is definitely on the right path without a doubt. And it could be even as soon as this season that we make a run. Come on, Stearns. Do it. I'm more frustrated, mad, and angry than you are. It's a close call in the season. We win, and it didn't actually matter. The Seahawks lost anyways, but we win the game, and it was a little bit of a shaky season, but it still worked out just fine as we obviously make the playoffs after becoming, like a bottom 3 team, and now here we are, once again, making a run in the postseason. Like we said, that was possible. Let's take a look at our Statson Awards, see how the rookie played, maybe Rookie of the Year, hopefully. And I don't know. Picks are a little low, I suppose. And I guess it doesn't matter who starts, which really sucks because, once again, Dylan was a higher overall. So, I don't know. We'll see. What's Trey Sermon looking like? 83 over. I guess it worked out anyways. Trey Sermon's just as good. Not really as good of a trucking back, but still receiving 3 1,000-yard receivers. Omari Lynch was not super great, but fair enough. O-line was awful yet again. Osai was good again. Simmons with 13.5 sacks. Could go to X Factor. Here's a Bucker. A little bit worse than last season, but yeah, it's a little weird because, the passing attack and all that wasn't really much different. So last season must have been close. Wow, Offensive Rookie and Defensive Rookie of the Year awards. But last year we must have been close anyways to winning a lot more games than we did. Obviously we did go, 5-12. We won, a bunch of games in a row. We proved that we can win games. But you look at the stats, and really outside of maybe the touch on the pick ratio, it's pretty much almost the exact same numbers with this this Rams team. A little annoying, though, that the starting running back in this scheme doesn't get as many touchdowns as the defense or the second guy at all. And I was going to defense because, of course, we are running a 4-3 with KC. But a postseason attempt already. Going up against the Saints, we don't know what any of these teams are like, of course, because it's a fantasy, and yeah, maybe we can win a game or two. Who knows? So we have a few overalls on this team. Oh, kid you not. Already an instant rush down the field for a touchdown, but we have a few overalls on this team. I got to imagine we are the favorites easily, but we have a rookie quarterback. So how will that affect us? I don't know, but it's looking all right so far. Up by 6, and we hold them from scoring, which will give us I was about to say divisional round berth. So we do beat the Saints. That's a pretty huge win, right? Like that's a very meaningful win. Colin Kaepernick is over there. Mulligan, once again, couldn't have hit a mulligan. But Nick Chubb played pretty well, and Trey Sermon's going to be the starter just because he's like kind of the similar overall to Dylan and slightly younger. But yeah, this we got cocked by the game. Dylan looked decent as a starter. The backup looked better. Sermon looked decent as a starter. The backup looked better. It's just like, I don't know, dude. But whatever, I guess. There's not really much we could do. But looking at the numbers, it was pretty similar. I mean, honestly, you looked at these, and you really thought they were probably the ones that should have won. But I suppose we had more field goals. We just came up with points more often. Kind of want to see how good Jeffrey Simmons is. Very is the answer to that question. No upgrade in overall. A 95 overall is high, but that's... How is that not an overall upgrade? He got +3 to power move. What do you want from him? Honestly. 80 overall for Mulligan now, which gives him no throw deep, but fair enough. Washington, who gets a home game. We were only 10-7, so, we weren't really that great, even though we have a pretty good team. We turned this around pretty quickly. The trades we made weren't very great, but they were kind of like, bandage trades. But they were young players, so fair enough. But let's take a look. The Jets move on the other side. Not that it really matters, because obviously it's a fantasy, so we don't know who the hell is who. But let's see. I mean, I like our chances. We gave up a safety, but that's, it is what it is. That's not something I expect to happen often. 21-2. 28-2. This is, I would assume, a very unlikely score. 35-5. There's no way that's ever happened. There's no way 38-12 may have happened, but 38-5 would not have. And Mike Tomlin, that hat looks weird. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. It's like he's still wearing Steelers gear, and he's just wearing the hat. I don't know, it's strange. But Mulligan had a huge game. Trey Sermon, a little bit better, but nothing special. Receivers were decent. What about the offensive line play? Some sack totals aside, could be a superstar. Fair enough. Pretty good performance. Headed to the championship round. Things are looking good. Seattle 8-9. Of all the teams to face, what overall are they? They are an 86, though. So EA's kind of giving them the cuckage. But I suppose this is the division is going to be representing in the Super Bowl. But can it be us? That's. I don't really care if it's one of the two. I want to be the one. 10-0, not a bad start at all. 17. Ooh, nice. 17-0. We're looking good. Once again, still rocking the Rams offense, and it's looking really solid right now. We might shut them out. I was about to say, that is almost the greatest performance ever in a playoff game. It's pretty tough to argue with that, right? But they did get 7 on the board. 41-7. Putting number 2 on a quarterback, automatic win, basically. 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, really good last couple of weeks. He's kind of trying to go for one of those Joe Flacco performances. Not that he's not better than Joe Flacco, I suppose. I guess. But, yeah, he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it right now. And he's got himself a Super Bowl berth in his rookie year. And look at this upgrade. It is trash. The Jets, it might be destiny for the Jets to win, though. What is their overall? They're an 85. Take a look, actually, if we had any dev-ups. I'm trying to think. Who would have had one? I don't know, honestly. Probably defenders, if anyone. Mulligan was already a superstar, of course. I think a couple of the offensive players had a chance, but they didn't get it. Osai! How is he getting cucked so hard? I don't know if he would have gotten to star on his own, but no superstar. Like 25 sacks, maybe even almost 30 in 2 years as a youngster, as a rookie. Doesn't get to superstar. Okay, Kwity Paye, who's been really trash, is still going up at a decent rate, I suppose. He's a starter, so that's kind of really all that matters. Brandon Howard goes up to superstar, though, which is I mean, it's something, as literally no one else did. Oh, maybe Devin White, actually. I think he was only star. Got a couple of dev ups at linebacker, but okay. I mean, Caden Stearns still isn't a star. He had a breakout, maybe 2, and failed them all, as you do when you're on our team. But yeah, not super satisfied with the dev ups, but we're in the Super Bowl, so we got something. But now that I say that, we're probably going to lose, and it's going to be like, oh, we actually have nothing going for ourselves. And Mullen was already superstar, if you remember, which I barely did. I know it's a fantasy, but is the Rams offense the move? I'm just saying. It really isn't. For Sim especially, unless you like to have 2 running backs playing rather than 1 getting all the stats, you don't do it. As the defense stops the Jets early, they've been doing that a lot in the postseason. Offense, could you not give them a short field? Yo! Please stop that. And, okay, I mean, we're down by 3, but it could have been so much worse. Down by 6, the offense has got to do something. Up by 1. This is a close game. We're up by 3. The Jets are driving. Field goal, 55 seconds left. We have all the time in the world, and we're going to blow it. We are absolutely going to blow this. Lynch could be my guy down the middle. Underneath. Smith gets a lot of yards and out of bounds, which is the most important. Look at Mulligan having a mulligan in the worst day possible. They suggested a run. Like, maybe? But also, no. Like, don't do that, please. We're in trouble. Oh, thank God it was a linebacker. Those linebackers, man, I don't know what it is, but they sure as hell love to not pick the ball off. It's their literal favorite pastime. As we're just, like, getting no openings here. And dropped. Damn it. 4th and 2 from the 49. They have 2 timeouts. I mean, you don't win Super Bowls playing it safe. I think in real life, this is like the craziest, dumbest call you could ask for, but in Madden, I think it's fun. Especially when you got speed. Mulligan just going to take off. He's got to get close enough for the field goal, and he does. 6 seconds left. It's not as dramatic as I thought. It's still pretty good, though. And, yeah, I'm just going to let the AI kick the field goal and probably miss and go to overtime. They hit it! We win! Oh, crap. I forgot it was the Super Bowl. I just skipped the Super Bowl celebration, dude. Oh, no. Rams fans don't know what a Super Bowl celebration looks like as of late. Oh, I'm sorry. Rams fans are like, why? Why? Why did you have to? Why? You know what the answer is? I didn't have to, but I decided to because Tom Brady got a Super Bowl because of it, and it pisses me off. They're like, yeah, I know, we're super excited about it. You're the only one mad, clearly. But that's okay because we will get another one. Don't worry about it. We're going to go for another one right now, actually. Maybe back-to-back. Once again. All right, okay. I want to at least try to show you guys we didn't do any forced wins or resets, at least on one Super Bowl. You know, if we win multiple, I don't feel as bad if I at least showed it once. I don't know, dude. It's an addiction. Okay, I have an addiction. It's a really bad addiction of like wanting to be validated that when something is surprising that it's legit. I don't know what it is, dude. I think it's all the times I showed my small pecker to women. They're like, that's fake, right? I'm like, no, watch, look, I didn't sim any inches. I don't freaking know. But Jabril Cox, 72 overall, probably not going to get it. I hate that face model, dude. It just looks not good. TJ Slayton, he's actually pretty solid as like a backup, but meh. Maybe there's somebody that can, I would say, put us over the edge, but you can't really be put over the edge if you already have the Super Bowl. Unless you're going to do a bunch of cocaine and then like you fall from the edge, I guess. As you have Tucker there, maybe I was wrong. Nah, I did say 5 years. It's only like year 3, so he's still very good, but I'm happy with what we got. Juszczyk is still here as a pretty high overall, though. I gotta be honest. I'm a little surprised by that. Alan Lazard, 27. I mean, there's not really a whole lot going on here, as usual. That's why, you know, in these kind of rebuilds, I do like to do a fantasy style, just so you can make trades and actually have someone new. Otherwise, you're just pretty much stuck with, I mean, that's a pretty good player, Aaron Banks. I don't think we need a lineman, though. We actually have too many linemen. But yeah, otherwise you're pretty much just stuck with the roster that you start with. So yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty much happy with what we got going. And if we weren't, tough luck, dude. There's literally no choice. And the question is, do we even have a first-round pick? We went for Chicago. Chicago was like ranked like 28th or something. This is why you believe in magic. And I'm glad we didn't get the Vikings pick, because the Vikings actually still looked pretty good despite having like a bunch of players, one of those old guys missing. So we kind of lucked out. The question is, what do we actually need, though? Like you could go for a running back, but it's too like pointless to restart when you actually have good players there already anyways. We really should have just stuck with Dylan, but once again, Trey Sermon looked better, so I was like, I'll put the better player in. I'm not biased. I love the Packers, but I want to win more than start the guys I like. What else do we have? Quarterback, obviously not. Offensive line, obviously not. There's maybe someone on defense, Divine Diablo. So a linebacker and safety, I suppose we can take a look at. But outside of that, I mean, free agency or a trade, there's not really much you can do. You're pretty much rocking with what you got. Osai, get like a +5 to power move for me. I think the most I've ever seen was 3, though. And you're only going to get 1. I would have liked to see that 3, but we didn't. Either way, all right, fair enough. So safety, linebacker, and that's about it. All right, start the draft. We have a couple of safeties, which I suppose, like I said, is kind of the need. We do have Caden Stearns looking pretty good, so he's only 23, very developable. He's in a 78 overall. He's solid. It's just no dev up, and if you're going to do anything to make the team better, I suppose that's the position you go for. Middle linebacker or linebacker in general is the bigger need, but I seen a third-round talent there. I just don't know if we need to go with one of the first-rounders, but this is... oh, crap. Where are they? And they didn't even scout. Did the game glitch? I think the game legitimately glitched. I had players on my favorites, and I scouted these guys. I scouted this guy, and then where's the other guy? Oh, of course, he freaking actually scouts fully. Well, not fully, but you know what I mean. But this guy I was thinking about, power move B, block shed B, but more importantly, a freaking insane 40 time of 4.43. I don't even remember who's who. I'm going to have to slow roll it. I really don't even remember who the hell I wanted. I think the safeties for sure. I wanted, where the hell? I don't even know, dude. It was one of the safeties, I'm pretty sure. I think. What about McKinney? I don't think I had him on my list because he was a little bit older. But Good, I had Good and McMullen. I think I was willing to just take whoever was there. Good looks a little bit better because we can actually see the man coverage, but McMullen is, once again, younger and very athletic. So a little risky there, but I think I'd be willing to take McMullen at 12. I want to see if the safety goes, though. The other one, Good. I will say that I think most of my guys were at least 3rd round or higher, maybe 4th round, so it shouldn't be too hard to find them. I think I had a wide receiver, and it was basically a lot of DBs and linebackers, so ooh, I almost just skipped. My safeties, if all the safeties are there, I'm absolutely trading down. There's no question about it. And all 3 are there. You have no choice. Keep forgetting how high of a pick we have. I was like, wait, 2 first-round picks? Pick 18 is definitely enticing. That's kind of exactly where I wanted to go. Colts, though, that's not... Yeah, we're going to go with the Raiders. That's a very good trade. I think 18 gets us what we want. And we had that 2nd-round pick. They trade up for a corner. Fair enough. McKinney goes. As long as one of them's there, I'm cool with it. And just don't go right there. Thank you. As long as he doesn't go there, we can't lose. Why, dude? Just like, take him. I don't want the choice, even though if I keep trading down, it's still technically my choice. I'm just not going with it. And oh my lord, look at the speed of Glenn. The problem is he won't actually be that fast. You don't need the... How big is the safety? Because he could just play linebacker anyways. Oh, 219. I'm taking him. 6'1", 219. He's mine. He's very fast. But he also just happens to be a very normal development trait. Oh, man, I don't even know if I want the linebacker now because I'm starting to think that if he's normal, that we don't really even think about replacing Caden Stearns with him, right? And that other safety still be in there. I can't tell. But maybe he's a bust. Maybe they're all busts, because to be fair, we took the safety. We're the ones that took him off the board. So McKinney was the only one that kind of was taken by an AI. We can change everything, right? Yeah, the safety is still there. And Ben Gregory, he was the only guy. Maybe it did reset, because this is the guy that I had on my scouting list early on, because they had him as the prospect guy. Cool to see that they actually put a good one on there, because no matter what, even if he's normal dev, with that speed at tight end, even though he's 6'2", it's a huge win. It's a huge win no matter what. So, speed is really all that matters for a lot of positions, but specifically tight end. So, that's a big win no matter what. I think I also had a running back. Casey Vaughn is the guy I was looking at because of the speed. Very solid speed. And then it was one of the outside linebackers. 5'11" actually makes a lot of sense because that's a coverage. Decently fast. He was definitely on my list. B-man. And then we do know for a fact, like I said, Alex Grove is my middle linebacker choice. I kind of want to grab him early, so then if he sucks, I can go with Penita, I think his name is. Let's go to pick 18 anyways. There's really no point in waiting around. Huge trade by the Seahawks. Why? Interdivisional, they're giving us that much to move to 18. What are they getting? Left out. I have no idea if that guy's good, but that is a huge trade. 11 spots. I know it's a late third, but it's still something. I don't know. I keep forgetting they're not on my damn freaking list. Grove's still there. Grove is Alex Grove because of the speed. And normal dev. But he is pretty damn fast. But once again, like I said, it's based on position, which makes no sense. I don't know what the other traits were, but 40 time alone, he was very comparable with that safety. But obviously the safety ended up being miles faster. Obviously it wasn't even close. And honestly, I might still trade up for the other linebacker. What's his name? Penita? A Penita guy to actually have some hidden dev, though, I'll tell you. We also had a wide receiver. What was his name? This is the guy, 100%, because he's 6'4". 6'4", decently fast. Don't know what that 3-cone or 20-yard gets you, but 4.47 in a user league probably gets taken pretty high. 4.47 jump ball machine. People are like, yeah, that's fun. But I suppose we're going to get a bunch of eggs, so our basket can, we have multiple baskets filled, right? That's like the counter to that saying, I think. We try to fourth next here with 76 to grab this pick. We're going to grab Penita. I want to see what the hell is up. Just hoping we can get one starting level player. And I keep forgetting, dude. I keep going to favorites. He's not there. Stupid ass glitch, dude. But Andrew Penita joined the team. Normal dev. Once again, another, to be fair, this guy is actually really good for a user league. 83 jumping is very, very high for a CPU-generated linebacker. 81 change of direction would probably put him in the top 1% of linebackers for change of direction. Obviously fast enough with the speed and excel. Is actually really good, surprisingly. I know you might not think it, but he definitely is. I also just didn't scout center at all, but as you can see here, we're start of the third round, and there's really not anyone there, so I can't imagine any of them are good anyways, or were good. And I have another third-round pick here. We might as well trade up, grab the wide receiver, and just call it a draft. Also, there is a decent chance that this is the last season, because if we win back-to-back, just not really much you can do. Back-to-back is already insanely hard to replicate, and if we can win back-to-back, we're definitely on par to do more than that, so I mean, I don't know how much you really want to do in a rebuild. I think the success has been had if you win 2 in a row. Oh, come on! Take the damn trade, man! This is a disaster. I don't want to trade them shorts, especially when it's this close. Oh, that's so harsh, dude. I don't want to trade Shee Smith either. I gave him like a long-term deal. Whatever, we'll do it. I guess to be fair, we don't even need him anyways because Schwartz is the number 3, and then whoever this guy is could be the number 4 or better. Who is this guy? Like, who is 24? No one's taking you. Screw that. I'm going for Luke Irvin. Super fast. I want him. He's not as fast as I thought. 4.37's 92 speed? Really? His other drills were actually pretty good, too. Well, I'm glad that we got all normals. That was fun. That was extremely fun. I will say, though, with that safety and the outside linebacker, very glitchy. Obviously, those athletics are absolutely nuts, so you can't really be too mad with those. As long as they're not like 68 overalls or something. Even if they are 68 overalls, you're still pretty stoked. Those are, that linebacker, the safety, once again, probably the fastest safety in the league now. And then that linebacker, one of the best change of directions you could ask for. Great jumping. It would be a real shame if his catching sucked, but you can't really control everything. I want to see some of these ratings, though. I want to see how key some of these ratings are, and there might have been a few players, like I suppose there was 3 safeties. You could take a look at how ours stacked up. But yeah, not a great draft, to be honest, but I think... No, we didn't land an extra first-round pick. 79. Okay, so these overalls are very good. Even Luke Irvin turned out pretty good. But McMullen, 79 overall. This guy is a nutcase. 6'7" catching, just good enough. Block shed does suck a little bit, but what's the jumping? Does it show it? No. Hit power kind of sucks. 77. It's good enough, but 94 speed, 94 excel. He's actually a lightning bolt. Alex Grove, zone coverage is pretty good, actually. 70. Jumping's 81. That's not bad. 60 catching. Don't know the change of direction, but 89 speed, 89 excel. And then Penita. We got to see this catching. Oh my god, that's so bad. So much potential. I suppose you could play him at edge. 5'11", but spin move, swim move, decent enough block shed power and finesse. Yeah, I don't know. I think Grove might start, and then so will the other guy. But Luke Irvin, not actually that bad. I kind of thought he was just like a bad pick, but has all the catching traits on top of it. Pretty good. But let's compare our safety. Unless the other safeties are superstar or X Factor, you can't call them better than our guys. They're also older. McKinney, not a chance. Oh my god, he sucks. He actually sucks. Wyatt was actually a guy I did kind of want. Normal dev, so I'm glad we missed on him, but then again, 6'4", 91 speed is pretty freaking sickly, though, I gotta admit. This guy was actually on my list, too. Hidden. So I had one guy on my list that was actually hidden in the first round, believe it or not. It's crazy. It's crazy, but let's take a look at his dev. Probably going to be star. He just looks like a star dev. He is a star dev. Let's see. I mean, star is pretty common, so it's not like I just made the craziest call ever, but... Glenn, he was also a choice of mine. Normal as well. Insanely fast, but once again, you're missing some of those key components. And good, the safety, 78 overall, but normal again. Ooh, though. Very good, too. Not as good as our guy, obviously. Our guy is 2 years younger, and he's like, you add the speed and the excel. I mean, if you could have a +2 to excel... or +1 to speed, you take the speed every day. Speed just wins. So, and he doesn't have +2. He has +1 excel, but -1 speed, which obviously, I failed to make a analogy for that. And the running back that we've seen was insanely good. He actually has trucking and stiff arm too. He's actually so good. 98 injury, 92 stamina. Run block is 10. Okay. His pass block's actually really good. 62 pass block for a 5'9" guy. This guy looks fun. I don't know what his dev is, but he looks like an interesting fella. Star dev. Thought maybe it would have been a little bit higher, but I suppose even though he's like primed to be a god, at least he's not completely completed for you, right? You don't want to have somebody that's just like too fun or too easy. You don't want someone that's too fun. That'd be just stupid. Ben Gregory though, 78.4 overall, normal dev as expected. How? I don't know. A 4.48 40 gives you 86 speed, 87 excel. A 4.48 should give you no less than 89 speed. What is this? He's got good trucking, which is cool. His run block is decent. He's not a bad player. I would definitely say that's a win for a prospect spotlight. Well, specifically a prospect. Those always suck, but that's a bit disappointing, especially since he's 6'2". Why? Like, why? I can see, once again, in real life, you're looking at, game speed versus 40 time, but in Madden, 99% of the time, their 40 time is their direct, speed correlation in the game. Literally, like, every time. I kind of wonder if they made McMullen to play, like, cornerback. What's his jumping? 92? I mean, he looks kind of like a cornerback, right? I mean, I'm going to keep him at free safety, but... I tried him at left out. He's literally like a 73, 74 overall. It's just not worth it. Grove, at least, is, halfway decent there. So, yeah, I mean, we really didn't add anything to the team. Honestly, like, that safety is pretty much it. He has higher ceiling than Steven Stearns anyways. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we did add something. The linebacker and the safety will be higher than Stearns would be by the end of the year if they even started all the way. So, It is what it is. It's something, I guess. All right, it is year 3 and quite possibly the final year. We have a Super Bowl under the belt. We may go back-to-back. We're probably the best team in the league again. It's a little weird, though, that our wide receivers are, like, they're good, but they are, like, undersized guys that you really, like, you can depend on, but, like, would you want to? I mean, I guess, right? I suppose. We do have Lynch, though, who's, like, a really big body guy, so you do have, like, a little bit of everything. This kind of, you know, not quite like the Chiefs, but, I mean, similar to the Chiefs, right? A very solid offensive line. Maybe even better than the Chiefs in fairness. I mean, I guess it's a great offense. Defensively, we're lacking some places, but overall, as a squad, we are a very talented team. Great run blocker or run stopper. The edge has high potential, good speed. Linebacker is, you know, super speedy. 2 superstars already. Safety, super speedy. Very talented guys there. Corners are solid 1 and 2. So, you know, great special teams. It is the complete team. It's just we don't have, like, the insane playmakers, at least on offense. You know, our wide receivers, we don't have any, like, 6'3", 6'4", just absolutely dominate you type players, even though I suppose the 6'1", 6'2" is kind of like the sweet spot for wide receiver in the league. Come on, these safeties, man. So the running backs, they need a contract. I suppose Trey Sermon, if you're going to choose any of them, maybe we choose both. I don't really know if it matters. Once again, I think this is probably going to be the last season for us anyways. But Kelvin Joseph, how much is a 7-year? You might as well, right? 7-year, 27 is insane. Same with Stearns. I don't know if I'll do a 7. I will do a 7. Screw it. Get some backups for life. Diablo, no thank you. Schwartz, nah, dude. Fair enough. Dylan, though, 85 overall. He's good, but you don't really want 2 of the same types, do you? Although, maybe you do. Yeah, whatever. Both of those guys, both as a combined effort, making less than, you know, like top 10 running backs, which is, I mean, that's pretty cool. If you ask me, that's, you know, it works out for us. We kind of sold on the season. Thankfully, we won, and apparently that's enough for a bye week. A little surprised by that, but we had a pretty good season, and we kind of sucked near the end. You know, we lost 3 out of 6 games there near the end, which is just really bad for us, but obviously a still, you know, really good team, without a doubt. Let's take a look at the Statson Awards. So Hayden Mulligan, really bad actually, but touchdown to pick ratio is absolutely insane. Both running backs look good, so there we go. Finally, something. Receivers, weird season for sure. Blocking way better than it was before. Simmons of 14 sacks, 12.5 for Osai. Osai's been great. Quiddy Pay, not so much. Definitely not so much. Kelvin with a couple of picks. Kicking was pretty good. Offense was 28th in yards, though, which is really surprising. But fair enough. We got 1 award. I think it was Rookie of the Year with that wide receiver, which, I mean, had a decent year, but it's nothing, like, insane, right? So, either way, let's go to the divisional round already. 1 game away from the championship. Going against the Falcons. I mean, we're easily favorites, right? We're a 92 overall. They're an 85. Let's do it. Alrighty. Defense was kind of the reason why we won it all last year. Let's see if it's the same case this year. Huge rushing touchdown for what would assume to be Aaron Jones. 14-7. Another huge touchdown. We got to stop with these huge touchdowns. We're talking so high about that defense, and yet they're easily the reason why we're losing this one, giving up long touchdowns when, you know, we need a slow roll here. And it wasn't pretty, but we did enough to win. Mulligan was great. Stafford was a little bit less great with that completion percentage. Aaron Jones 11 for 126. Trey Sermon was, I was going to say better, but actually they both had a long run. 98 yards. Yeah, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. With this speed on this team, you can't even outrun any of the players. Like, I actually don't think Aaron Jones would have more speed than, like, 6 of our defenders. Like, that's how fast this team is, but if you say so. Let's see if this power back upgrade's a little bit better or not. Oh, he still sucks. Hasn't upgraded trucking or stiff arm since he started this, I don't think. And then +2 to power move, at least a good upgrade for this man. 90 now. Sweet. Let's go with the elusiveness. He's going to get a +2 to speed. I think he already actually got a +1 to speed already. And he actually, in fairness, it's an insane upgrade. A speed and an excel. 90 speed, 88 excel. It's filth. All right, going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We can win this. I know it. Ooh, Vita Vea, Ramczyk, and Russell Wilsler. The Wilsler. Don't think anyone's ever said that, but sure. And Jacksonville on a little bit of a tear is the Super Bowl contender for the AFC side. Will we be the ones going against them? Yep, that's the one. 21-17, just like that, turning around very quickly, up by 7. Ugh. Close matchup, though. 31-24, 31-27. We're going to be down here. Up by 10, 11, up by 14. Tampa's not going away, but that is a masterful drive. What a high-scoring one. 48-41. Holy. It looks like Russell Wilson did not play better. I was about to say better, but I don't care about your yards if you're throwing 2 picks and having less completion percentage in general. Ronald Jones, not as good as Sermon. Sermon, I know it's a huge run, but those plays are very big in these playoff games. I'm enjoying it. Allen Lazard killed it. Tanya, is this the Tampa Bay Packers? I mean, I suppose you got Bay in it, I guess, but interesting. Sack totals, nothing crazy. Picks, nice. Kicking was perfect. We kind of needed that, and just like that, we are headed to the Super Bowl back-to-back years. We'll take a look at the devs real quick, but we're not going to look at the overalls. Just in case this is a Super Bowl win, we'll probably call it there because, back-to-back Super Bowls, you can't really do super, too much more, right? Like, you can win 3, but, I mean, it's back-to-back's already tough enough the way it is. No dev ups on offense. Thought maybe Trey Sermon. Thought maybe the luckiest chance that Johnson would have had one. Actually, no, we did have a dev up. I don't know if Lynch was... I don't think Lynch was star before. Maybe he was star last season. I just forgot. Yeah, he might have actually got star. I just completely forgot he started at normal. And defensively, was Quiddipe already superstar? I don't know if he was, but that's kind of cheese if he wasn't. Oh my, that is so broken. Simmons, of course, very deserving of a dev up. Gets that dev up. Grove goes to star, so... At least Grove was a good decision to replace Diablo. And I suppose McMullen wasn't terrible, because once again, he is very fast. 95 Excel now, but... Alright, here we go. Sai cucked hard. Like 30-plus sacks in 3 seasons. And who knows if he would have got to star. Because once again, we had to force him in the first year, so... I don't know. But the Jaguars with Mahomes... may actually win this. That is a very good-looking squad. But if we do win, I got to remember to actually show the celebration, because I kind of skipped that last time. Did we go for it on 4th and 1? I like it, but I don't like the score. Okay, I like the score a little bit more. Start of the second half, up 7, up 10, but it's definitely not over yet. Huge touchdown there, and that's going to be the win. That's back-to-back. You just can't stop this squad. And once again, it's a squad that is obviously pretty talented across the board, but no crazy playmakers, right? Like, there's no, Jalen Ramseys and Myles Garretts and whatnot, a Metcalf type where he just burns down the field and beats everyone. It's just a bunch of good players. I mean, the receivers aren't special by any means. The running back... Trey Sermon's kind of bad because he's an elusive style back that's not even that big or that fast. The quarterback is he is a freak. The tight end's pretty good. The O-line is great. Defensively, the pass rushers are pretty average outside of Simmons. The linebackers are extremely fast. The corners are pretty talented, but there's no huge names, right? There's, we don't have a Bobby Wagner at linebacker. Devin White's kind of in between. It looks pretty cool, that celebration, though, with the youngster Mulligan. But yeah, the names aren't crazy big, but that's kind of what happens when you have a spin-the-wheel rebuild. So, yeah, I mean, a great success. Great success. Sermon has actually played really well in this season. The year before, it wasn't super great, but 4 touchdowns for Devontae Smith. I mean, if that's not the MVP of the Super Bowl, I don't know who is. Osai, 2.5, maybe. I guess him would be the answer. Harrison Butker just... He's like, Mahomes, I deserve, he deserves it. I want to give him another one. It's like, please, don't. But back-to-back, very successful. What's happening here? Why am I at the main menu every time, dude? And I don't care. I'm addicted. I'm going to show you guys we didn't force any situations. You're like, stop, please. Just don't. Think of the children. But, of course, this is what the squad looks like. It's all over, though. 90 overall quarterback, Hayden Mulligan, 93 throw power. I don't remember what his throw power was. I think it was 90 throw power, but Turns out to be a very good quarterback. Got a little bit in the speed. I think that was probably it, but look at how good he is. Like, super good. What are the abilities? Only superstar, bulldozer, and flight of hand. I know I said flight of hand, but Trey Sermon didn't get the trucking or stiff arm up. The juke is good. The spin move's okay. He's really a strange running back, isn't he? We've already showed the wide receivers, I suppose. How good was Lynch in the end? Not great, right? Like, pretty fast. He got a little bit in the speed, I think, but nothing crazy. He just turned out to be decent enough. O-line turned out really good. Howard, 83 overall. He was kind of like a silent contributor, right? Great block shed, really great zone. So, well, I mean, not great block shed, but good block shed, great zone. I mean, a good player, obviously. Devin White's 94 overall, 26 years old, 92 speed, 92 excel. Insane block shedding, really good coverage. He's actually really good. What about Jamal Adams? 97 overall, 96 hip power. Might have gotten excel or something. I'm not 100% sure, but insanely good. Mullen, once again, didn't think he was superstar when we traded for him, but he was. Great man coverage. Zone's a little iffy, but in Madden, that's absolutely what you kind of want to go for anyways. Gardner Johnson's probably going to be a little bit more even. Yeah, slightly more, but very good man corner team. I don't know how the hell you even, like, beat us down the field. It's just really tough. Great for Kwity Paye, even though he was, 7, 8 sacks a season kind of guy, but Jeffrey Simmons was a freak in this one. Barmore, another guy that just, like, kind of slipped under the radar. Great block shedder, okay finesse. And then Osai, really good, but only stayed at star and just a little disappointed because of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I kind of want to take a look at Budda Baker, though, because once again, that was kind of like the big choice. Not that it probably mattered too much in the end, but I am curious. Our guy is, 97 overall? Budda Baker is slightly less of an overall. Let's take a look. So better speed by 1, better excel by 1. Agility was 6 better, 4 change of direction. Awareness pretty similar, play rec pretty similar. Worse in the man and zone, though, for sure. Press was a little bit better, catching's a little bit better. Tackle's almost the same. Way better hip power for our guy. Pursuit's way better. So, yeah, you could probably make the argument that Budda Baker was still probably the better choice. Mid-zone KO and Stonewall. What the hell does Jamal Adams have? Oh, you definitely want that. That is way better. Those abilities aren't even close. That's so much better. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. If you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like and subscribe. We'll be live tonight with a rebuild. I doubt it. But we'll be live on twitch.tv/JeromePkr with some sort of stream. Like I said, maybe follow me on Twitter, JeromePkr. Second channel, PK Plays. And I already said the twitch.tv/JeromePkr for streams. That's pretty much it. Maybe there's a video that came up earlier today. If not, maybe there's a second channel video. All that kind of stuff is in the community tab as well. Second channel and stream-wise. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any rebuild ideas for the future for me to try, let me know. I haven't done a 0 overall rebuild in a while, so maybe I do one of those again. And, yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! This door is... Okay, watch this wheelie. That was really cool. Okay, I'm sorry. Why we aim in the spray can like... Yo! There's a pier that we can dump the car off at. Nice driving, idiot! Yo! Oh, look at this, AK. Yo, hello. Oh shit, they're shooting.